honorable judges, speakers, and audience. Me, as a member of opposition, point out that the impoverish the corruptors doesn't fix the corruption problem in this country. The solution was temporary solution, and we as opposition believe this is a way from government to make some shortcut about the corruption that happened in government's body. The impoverished is not efficient way to solve the practice of corruption, the corruption cases in this country. Like, if one's corruptor doing the corruption and the punishment is to impoverish the corruptor, actually this is not a good choice at all. Lately, government said that if the man or the corruptor is being impoverished, the family of the corruptors feels the same. This means if the corruptor have kids in the family, with that punishment, it would make the kids use some card, for example, like Smart Jakarta card, to just provide his son school. For example, they child from elementary school to high school, because of this impoverished punishment itself. And if his family, the corruptor's family, was sick and got to use the hospital facility, they should use the social security, as it say, to get the best facility to provide their health and get back to recovery. And with this, of course, it must be worse for government, because the government should provide more insurance for the corruptor's family. And what it means? The government, of course, making it give more money, more income to spend to the corruptor's family, just to provide their life in this country. And maybe it is not a problem for just one family, one corruptor's family, but we think if there's more family of corruptor doing the same thing, of course, it makes more money would spend for the family of corruptor from government. We as opposition then propose with some ways to give the corruptors punishment or act just to prevent the corruption cases, more corruption cases done in the future. First of all, we call it a single window. What it means? It means that we try to reduce some bureaucracy for some project or cases and try to be as transparent as possible as we could about the job information about the corruptors. Second one is audit employee on salary post. This means that we try to monitoring the employee's salary. Is it normal, or there's some increased salary, significant, really high amount of money that they got in short time? And of course, it is actually something's weird, right? We just see it from monitoring their salary post. And of course, it is clear for us as opposition that impoverish the corruptors is just a temporary solution to make the public happy, the netizen happy, and not make the corruption itself gone from this country.
Honorable judges, speaker, participant, ladies and gentlemen, I, as opposition whip, gonna give you the fact about reducing bureaucracy, making corruption less and less, and auditing employee on strategic job posts, making less and less corruption, and fair treatment to corruptors are bringing the more positive way to our society. This argument will create some questions about efficacy and other things about the single window or auditing employee. but we can took this from example on some big companies around the globe. When someone embezzle, they taken to court and compensation or foreclosure is defied by the law. It also happens in some countries in Asia, Europe, or other things that have their own agency of anti-corruption that could help these corruption problems. Currently, why corrupt are easy to came out from jail or whip their hand to be free is because of systematical corruption on those agencies. So, with this proposed bureaucracy reform, corruption should be handled by law. Rather than impoverish them, it should be on the criminal penal code. This is because what opposition proposed about reform, rehabilitation, and some other way that we should prove that penal code is working is a better way to fix corruption problem. Also, it also fix the flawed justice system. It is a long-term solution, not a shortcut or a short-term solution that government brought up in this motion. And this proposed motion or this proposed reform doesn't harm government budget to give welfare to the impoverished corruptor and doesn't penalize the humanitarian way or the human right of those corruptors. This will be an example of this house playing a fair injustice in front of the public. We as opposition think that some of the problem like in hereditary problem like when the father gamble, also the child will gamble and other things, welfare and burden that should be hanged through by the government will periodically be better or will gone. But not only that, environment or work environment and bringing justice, fairness is also a positive way that we can conclude from this proposed government reform. Implementing, trial, run some analysis for a pilot project on this proposed reform will be beneficial for this House between opposition and government. But not also that. It will also bring happiness and satisfaction to the public, and some socialization or campaign will be greatly improve awareness of this proposed reform. Thank you, your honorable judges, speaker, participant, ladies and gentlemen.